Rafael Nadal has been backed by Express Sport readers to win the US Open if fierce rival Novak Djokovic is not allowed to compete. Djokovic faces a battle to gain entry to the country over his controversial COVID vaccination stance. U.S. laws state that individuals trying to gain entry to the country must provide evidence of at least 2 vaccinations. Djokovic refuses to get vaccinated against the virus, causing him to miss several tournaments this year. The 21-time Grand Slam champion was infamously deported from Australia ahead of the Australian Open in January. Some fans, journalists and senior politicians have called on President Joe Biden to grant Djokovic special access. The majority of Express Sport readers voted in a separate poll that Djokovic should not be allowed to compete at the US Open while unvaccinated. And in a fresh survey of tennis fans, they have decided that Nadal will win at Flushing Meadows should Djokovic not take part. A poll of 19,581 people found that 44.1% think the Spaniard will extend his record as the most decorated Grand Slam player of all time. Winning the US Open would take Nadal's tally to 23 majors, 2 ahead of Djokovic who won at Wimbledon earlier this summer. Daniil Medvedev came second in the poll, with 29.9% of voters backing the Russian. Medvedev was beaten by the in-form Nick Kyrgios at the Canadian Open on Thursday morning, which might put a dent in his hopes. Australian Kyrgios has enjoyed an excellent hardcourt season but voters preferred to back teenager Carlos Alcaraz to win a first Grand Slam. Alcaraz 9-1 and 70% of the vote, while Kyrgios earned 9.3%. Stefanos Tsitsipas has been backed by just 3.5% of Express Sport readers to win the tournament. Other, gained 1.6% of voters' support, meaning the likes of Casper Ruud and Andrei Rublev have been ruled out of a sensational run. Meanwhile, Djokovic has insisted that he is preparing for the US Open as if he is going to be allowed into the country. In July, the Wimbledon champion posted on social media, "I am preparing as if I will be allowed to compete, while I await to hear if there is any room for me to travel to US. Fingers crossed." But it seems unlikely that the 35-year-old will be able to enter the country due to their tight restrictions on COVID vaccines. The average U.S. daily death rate from COVID in the 7 days leading up to August 9 was 562.